think we played pretty good. We had a perfect start and everything. The broke worked well. We still made a couple of errors, but we had the good rolls on our side.
When we played Scotland last night, it was a great atmosphere in the arena. The crowd were getting involved, and I think that's what ended up getting us over the line, to be honest.
I saw the match between England B and Scotland, and they struggled a bit, but you know, in pool everything can change. Like after an hour or something, they played a perfect match in the first round, struggled in the second, so they can play a perfect match again in the third round.
The thing I was really pleased about is how we battled and just stuck in there and just got the result in the end.
We expect, of course, a good match and everything. We try our best to win, and yeah, hopefully we can reach the semis.
This week it's been awesome, to be honest. We've stuck together like glue. We've bonded really well, and I have ultimate confidence in his game, and I'm hoping he's got the same in mind.
Thanks very much indeed. We are due a close, edgy, nail-biting quarter-final. And this is all we've got left. Three pretty one-sided, dominant performances so far. I've seen China, Chinese Taipei and the USA prevail. Winning the lag has been important. England have won the lag here, and it's the former world champion, the unflappable Daryl Peach, who will get this quarter-final underway. Daryl, as you have alluded to on more than one occasion this week, Ted, playing with a lot of emotion here in the York Hall Bethnal Green this week.
Yes, indeed. Not just playing for England, but also his father's not well up in Blackpool, and he didn't want to even come down here, but his dad insisted, son, get down there and play and compete for your country. So Daryl's here, and he seems very motivated this week.
Not the best of breaks in terms of luck with the one ball, which has rattled around off the jaw. Got a kick from the sixth, then got covered up.
You know, Nick, people around the world watching this event still buzzing about that China clinical destruction of the Philippines. And I see some people saying, you know, the table's breaking so easy, it should be alternate break. No, let me tell you something. That guy, Wu and Dang, especially Wu, every shot dead center in the pocket. It's not that simple. It's just a table breaking easy.
I just saw one simple comment on social media. Wu is the best player I've ever seen. On that evidence, tough to disagree.
And I was just in the press room saying the same thing. What a talent. And he's got a great partner in Dang Jinghu. So the winner of this match will be taking on that awesome China side. Push out here.
So Imran Majid, the West Londoner, dangled a bit of bait out here for Austria, the #2 seeds, who it's been a workmanlike progression to the quarterfinals, I'll say, without being stellar. But the #2 seeds have never really looked in doubt or in danger, but nor have they scaled the heights either.
That's the way Albin Ocean and Mario He like to play. They are very workmanlike, nothing flashy, just good, solid players.
They're having a good look at this before opting to take it on. They can, of course, just sling it straight back. There is all that talk about peaking too soon as well, isn't there? The you know, you've got to play a lot of matches to lift this trophy. And Austria certainly have used rounds 1 and 2 just to get into some kind of groove. They took their time looking at that because Majid had very cleverly just given them something to look at there, and then they had a good look at it and in the end said no. And now Daryl Peach has come in to add a further contribution. So I think we've seen more headaches and drama in this match already than we saw in the entire China-Philippines match. Now that's got to find safety. Yeah, get locked up against that rail.
Good shot.
And that's good enough. So important just to get the pace of that right, which he did.
I think you can almost guarantee that this match will be pretty tense most of the way.
Well, they're two teams, aren't they, that have shown their fighting qualities. Well, they're not necessarily going to blow you off the table with a run of 6 or 7 racks, but they'll fight you for every ball. Now, what's Mario come up with there? Ambitious, and is he going to pay the price for that?
Oh, he
That's
will.
going to keep on rolling, and that is a giveaway.
That's exactly where he didn't want it to stop. Oh, and Darrell does a nice job of bringing the cue ball around for that pink 4. These two make a very good team. They work well together.
They've really gelled, haven't they?
Yeah.
Really have. Very focused as well, especially Imran.
Imran's been around for a long time, and he's always had to watch as other players have gotten into these events, and you know, and it's all based on merit, and he's been a great player, but not, maybe just not at that certain level as some of the others that have made it onto these teams and in these big events. But he has had some good finishes in the last year, and he has taken his game up several notches, and this is the reward, and he is making the most of it.
Very genial, friendly, relaxed, laid-back guy, Imran Majid.
He's a good commentator too. I've commentated matches with him.
They all
Excellent.
are. They all are. They all read the game. They know the game. As Darrell looks to nail that 7. Darrell and I just had a little catch-up a few moments ago, reminiscing about his championship win 10 years ago, and Imran had heard enough and just said, come on, game face on. I mean, he really understood the importance of being in the now, getting this right on the night, because he really wants this. No question about that. They both do. It's not just about national pride and all the rest of it. This is a major title, and they have put themselves in a great position here, England. And they've made a good start here.
Yeah, both these players competed on for Great Britain when they played in the World Team Championship in Hanover, Germany in 2010, and they won that World Team Championship. That was a great event. It's very hot in the arena.
Has been all week. Hotter inside than outside.
Yes. But the table is playing well, and the conditions on the table haven't really changed much, except maybe for the better for the players. We had a lot of dry breaks the first day, and keep talking about that wing ball, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's on a piece of string. It just drops into that pocket time and time again. In fact, it's headline news when we get a dry break now. So watch that black ball. If that disappears, that's the wing ball. That's the one we're expecting to drop. And it goes. The one rattle in and out of the side pocket as well. That's slightly strange in that the cue balls ended up in a corner. Let's see how it got there. That's how it got a little nudge, just a glancing blow, and then another one.
Well, Darrell likes these kind of shots. He has a path to the corner pocket. 2 ball, down table. Also with a path. Oh, chooses safe.
And that was a very intelligent safety shot. Look how close that cue ball is to the cherry there. Good luck with that. This has got to be played so delicately. Brendan Moore will be keeping, our referee will be keeping an extremely close eye on this. So only one way for him to go. Yeah, nicely dug out, but he now loses control. And that's the consequence. Pretty sure that one will have to get another angle on it, but it looks from here as if that one is going to pass the red 3.
Hard to tell.
It is. It is hard to tell, you're right.
Extension called.
Looking at a bank shot.
Yeah, the way he's measuring that up, Imran. He's considering another option here. There it is, the bank shot. Oh, and it didn't come off. Now he's got distance, so he's played a bit of a two-way shot there with the cue ball on the bottom rail. So that's going to hamper the cueing action a little bit as well. But will there be a fine, delicate cut here for Mario He? Will he take it on, and can he deliver it? No, he doesn't even take it on. He tries for safety as well. And a clever shot from Mario. Well, this is the kind of tactical, cagey stuff that we haven't really seen in these quarterfinals. It's been break, run, break, run, break, run. This one looks like it's going to be hard work for these two. Oh, lovely. Is he going to get safe off the back end of it, though? And there's the answer.
No, and room to maneuver the cue ball. Albin Ocean's the kind of player that is more than happy to go in the trenches with you and play hard-nosed pull for hours. You're not going to outwork this young man. He grinded his way to the World 9-Ball Championship in 2016 in Doha, Qatar. And I can tell you about Team Austria. They're the type of players that if they can get a lead, they're going to be hard to catch. Albin, particularly very good at playing in front with a lead.
Some players can't really handle that, can they, Ted? Some guys actually like the idea of chasing and putting themselves under that pressure, but
yes,
as you say, others are quite happy just to get out there and say, catch me if you can.
Of course, this is a team event, but these two friends travel the world together, practice together, room together.
That helps a lot when you go into a team competition, and remember, so much of pool is a selfish isolationist sport. It's all about you and the table, isn't it? Whereas in this competition, you have got to work in tandem.
They've got it down, though, Austria. They don't need to talk too much. Don't have to tell each other where to leave the ball. Only on a few occasions will you see them consulting with each other. That means that they are in sync. Nicely done.
Yeah, thorough, methodical, purposeful. Well, you always got the sense that whoever lost the safety battle was going to lose the rack. That's exactly how this one has played out. And the number 2 seeds join England on 1 rack in this race to 9. Shaping up early here, obviously, as if it might be another one of those tooth and claw battles that England are going to have to fight their way through. They won't mind that.
Our first semi-final tomorrow, it will be USA versus Chinese Taipei. Both sides playing great. Race to 9, winner breaks. Something's got to give, though. And then China just putting in one awesome performance after the next. Will take on the winner of this match, Austria versus England.
To you, rack 3.
And whoever that
Austria
winner is,
One
will be
rack.
hoping that the Chinese have peaked, because if they carry on at that level, they are looking, frankly, unstoppable.
Well, as I said at the stand-up at the start of this show, that with China, if they make one mistake, you've got to run 3 or 4 racks on them. You cannot just trade racks with China. Philippines failed to do that. Ball down and shot on the 2.
Pretty unexpressive kind of guy, isn't he, Alvin? You know, whether it's a good shot, whether he messes up, you know, you can't see a lot from his body language. Nothing really changes. Very impassive. He just slowly walks around the table. Doesn't get, I mean, I guess that's one of the things that makes him such a good player. He doesn't get excited by the highs. He doesn't get too down on the lows.
Well, he used to get down on the lows. He was known as a bit of a hothead, and I think that was, I mean, even he would admit that that was holding back his progress to the upper echelons of the sport. He had a kid, him and his girlfriend had a baby, and it all came together for him. Often happens with players. They get so nervous when they're going to have a baby and think it's going to ruin their sort of individualistic lifestyle that so many of these pool players have. And it ends up being the opposite, where they it calms them down. And it really helped him in his game. He credits that with having him become less of a hothead. And then he went on to win the World Championship after that.
It's all part of the growing up process, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
He has certainly matured as an individual and certainly as a player. Wasn't too thrilled with that shot.
Well, sure, you know, Albin is going to get down on himself, but it's not going to be as long as it used to be. It's only now for a few seconds, and then he gathers his thoughts, and he's back to focusing on the action at hand.
Mario's looking solid early here. He had a few up and downs in their round 1 match. From memory, Mario lost position a few times there as young. He was just getting used to the table. He certainly didn't have any issues in round 2, and he's looking on the money here so far in this quarterfinal. And the Austrians continue just to pick off the shots. Ball by ball. Full stretch there, Albin. But he's put it on a plate for Mario. And the number 2 seeds convert their second rack of this race to 9. Nothing coming too easy for these two teams, though. Slow and steady seems to be the way ahead for England and Austria. 2-1. Austria leading in this race to 9. It's still daylight in London here on quarterfinals day. Earlier today, easy wins for Chinese Taipei and the USA, then a procession for China blew the Philippines off the table. We were expecting a close one somewhere along the line. This one so far is shaping up to be that close one. The number 2 seeds have edged in front of the number 10 seeds, the lowest ranked seeds left in the competition, England, leading 2-1. They will break for 3-1 with Super Mario. Ball's down for Mario, and a cue ball that's rolled up into a corner. Now, what can he do with this 2-ball?
Interesting, during the break, Team England left the arena. I don't know if because it's so hot here, they just went to get some fresh air. Normally, you wouldn't see teams getting up and taking that break so early in the match.
This is as hot as it's been in this arena all week, and it's been boiling all week.
Yeah, it's a hot day outside here in London, and here in your call, even hotter.
There's people losing weight here, just sitting here. It's one of those days. No. Ocean.
No, that's a scratch.
Also, ball in hand.
So remember this in rack 4. This is when you have to punish your opponent. Put a few racks together.
Well, whatever it was he was trying to do, we'll never know. The absolutely worst possible outcome, and it brings England back to the table. Peach, ball in hand.
He was
sets up Majid.
Just trying to create distance, but misjudged that cue ball, and down it went, ball in hand. And in 9-ball, that generally means a clear.
Well, let's just go back to that, Ted, because even if that hadn't scratched, that would have hit that top rail at such speed it would have come back right into play halfway down the table again. So he wasn't even going to get distance. It's just a very, very strange shot.
Just connecting the dots. They have the pattern down. And in just a moment, it should be tied.
Oh,
well,
can't afford that.
That is a critical error because they had ball in hand. And against a team like Austria, I can guarantee they will be punished.
Against any of these teams in the quarterfinal, they're going to be punished.
That's
any of the teams that have reached this point are going to jump on mistakes like that.
That's a big moment early on in this match.
Mario looking for safety,
Ooh,
and that has stuck its nose way out.
Well, he was not able to get cover.
Well, that's 2 really poor safety efforts back to back from Austria. Not as catastrophic as the other one, but that's still pretty poor from Aaron. He knows it. He can see the funny side. That's not what I wanted.
A reprieve for Team England. Lucky.
So we're seeing a few strange shots going on here as the temperature continues to rise. The heat is on in more senses than one.
I had a chat just a little while ago with the lads who put this table together, and they said that even in this heat, the table is holding up. It's actually playing quite well, not really affected by the temperatures.
Ted, I wish you'd go and have a chat. Beautiful, beautiful there from Barrel Peach. Really nice. Could you go and have a chat with the guys that run the air conditioning system in here sometime?
Actually, I heard they have some kind of system in here, but it's a little bit too noisy, so they're not turning it on.
No, we'll take it. We'll take it. This is a serious one. meanwhile, for Imran, because he kind of played a bit two-way there, Darryl. So he's put that ball up against the rail, and they've got to play aggressive here, you would think, England, and it's cost them again. Are they going to get away with it?
He had to rush that.
Yeah, because they'd used their extension. Well, I guess that was the downside of that two-way shot, effectively, that Darryl had put on the table. It really wasn't easy. So once again, the Austrians jump back into what has been an error-strewn rack.
Look out. Watch that cue ball.
Is that going to go and go and go? Yeah.
Have you ever seen a rack in this whole tournament with this many errors?
Well, I'm now starting to wonder, seriously, are the conditions affecting this table?
No.
Because all of them are all over the place. They've all missed shots.
I don't think so. I just think these are poor shots.
I mean,
under the pressure, it's a lot of pressure out here.
Well, half an hour ago, Wu Cha-Ching was making this look like an exhibition table. So, yeah, it can't have changed that much. Somehow, England stagger through a rack that all four of these players don't want to see again. I mean, we could put together a montage of shots showing them all messing up in that rack. That was a very, very strange one indeed. And then Ocean looked like he'd done all the hard work. That cue ball is rolling and rolling and rolling and gone.
Well, they'll both, he'll want to forget this rack. They should have had that.
It's actually been an error-strewn match, let's be honest, not just that rack. I mean, more errors here, quite possibly through 4 racks than we've had in the previous 3 matches.
Yeah, nobody able to string a few together here. 2-2, race to 9, winner breaks. Darryl Peach.
Hello. Yeah, there is a ball down. And a shot on the one. 2 ball gone. Now, a 1-9 combo. Really? The way they all seem to be struggling. Or do they feel brave? No, I think Imran is looking at the blind cut. Further conversation. Or is there a carom on there?
He's going to try to pot it, it appears. The one in the corner, not
well,
not
he
that
seemed
shot.
to be lining that up. Then Darryl chipped in with something else. Now, whether that's, you would think it's the blind cut. And that hasn't worked unless that 9 comes and nudges it in and it's missed. Now that really has created mayhem on the table. Look at the way that 9's covered up the 1. Well, they've got to just be very delicate to take the cue ball around that 9.
Seems Imran was a little bit too focused on that 9, maybe.
I think they were going for it. Yeah, I think they were going for it on the carom, you know.
Well, he was sending it over there, but should have just potted the 1. Already had natural position on the 3.
Well, I just got greedy there, thinking, yeah, we'll get the 1 and we'll get the 9 as well, and surely one of them will drop. In the end, neither did. This needs to be handled with care. There is a high risk of foul here. And there's also the risk of missing the pot as well. Well, it was not as easy as it looked. Just because of the risk of collision with the 9 ball first. So here we go again, Ted. The table has turned on these players here in our 4th quarter-final. There's a little purring pussycat through the first 3 quarter-finals. It's turned into a tiger and it's showing its teeth here.
You have to figure that somebody here is going to get on a roll, put a few together. They've basically been trading mistakes for the first four racks.
And it's all of them. I mean, you know, they're spread right across the quartet as well.
Yeah.
It's not like one or two guys are having a hard time. You know, whatever the contagion is, it's infectious. They've all got it.
And you see them pointing the cue to where they want the cue ball to come for the green 6 on the left side.
Oof, even that thought long and hard about dropping, and hang on a minute.
It's not going to work. Oh, just at the last, it rolled away a bit.
Yeah,
they got lucky there.
Yeah, they really did.
Seemed like that ball did not roll straight. And that gives them that angle there.
Which is another mystery, the way that ball just rolled. Does that look like it was going flush? And then, as you say, just drifted away. Peach has taken advantage, and that's as good a shot as we've seen in quite a while in this match. It should be routine from here, but you just can't take anything for granted the way this match is panning out at the moment. Here is one of those mid-range shots that, with no pressure, you would expect a player like Daryl Peach to dispatch comfortably enough. He's done that.
All right, Imran missed one like this earlier, but this one's a little closer.
He can't afford to miss this one. And doesn't. England claw their way back into a lead. Well, it's turning into a real dour, draining battle, this. And it's just a question of whose nerve can hold, who's going to be the tough guys out there, who can get rid of the mistakes. These two have had their share, but the good news for them is the other guys aren't playing much better either. But England have the lead, they have the initiative.
That was a shot from Daryl Peach. Bit funny position there, but he managed that really nicely, straight into the pocket. Now England needs to establish a bigger lead here. They do not want to let Austria back in it.
England to break.
As I said,
3 racks to 2.
Austria, led by Albin Ocean, the world 9-ball champion, very good at playing with a lead. They usually, when they get a lead, they hold on to it to the end.
We have not seen either team manage any daylight in this match yet. That's been...
Oh, this should work out.
Well, you say that, Ted. Under normal circumstances, yes. But normal circumstances don't seem to be applying in this match so far. Neither team is playing with any kind of confidence or belief. And awkward testing shots have suddenly become extremely difficult.
Well, good for Daryl and Imran. There's natural position. But no, they're going to go safe.
Yeah, that was a two-way shot, is it? Is that going to keep on coming? No, it isn't. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
He's left that on.
He's left it wide open. Now, that was an indication of where they are mentally as well, England, because you were certainly expecting them to go for that, Ted. It looked like it was worth having a go at, and they went safe and didn't get it.
Sometimes the players do that. They try to he tried to marry that cue ball up to the pink 4 and figures that on the other side of that safety that they'll get either ball in hand or a wide open table. In that case, it didn't work out. I don't think it's totally clear. Albin's looking at it. Looks to be partially blocked, but he can bring it off the rail first.
And will he leave his partner any shot on the 3 ball? Here it goes, rail first. Just threading that around.
And how about that? 3-9.
Oh, that was very nicely played. Does that go? Will you take it on? You pretty much have to unless you're going to go safe.
Mario's
is looking at it.
Lining it up.
Yeah. And he got it. Well, still the two just clawing away at each other. One gets a nose in front. They're instantly pegged back. 3-3 this one. We could be in for the long haul here. England 3, Austria 3. It's a race to 9 for that final semi-final spot. Back onto level terms with England in our 4th and final quarter-final of the day here at the World Cup of Pool. Who will join Chinese Taipei, the United States and China in the semi-finals? If it is indeed Austria, 4 of the top 5 seeds will be in the semi-finals. Testament once again to the work of the seeding committee.
Oh, the work the seeding committee does. They work wonders.
I just remember you and Alex Laley back on Monday saying don't read too much into those seedings, and all I've seen is seeded teams rising to the top.
Well, that's why I keep saying that's why they get the big bucks. They know what they're doing and they work hard.
Austria are going to have to work hard to confirm that number 2 seeding. Now that is as good a break as they've had in a long time.
So looks like they can see the 1 ball. It's gonna have to get down and look carefully. From the camera angle, it appears maybe you can see it, but maybe not to the pocket.
Yeah, it's not quite as good as it looked at first glance, is it? Can he thread it through there? Watch out for the foul. Easy just to scuff that 5 on the way through here. And he's missed that. Oh, and he's made the pot. Lovely shot there from Mario.
That was great. He hit it at just the right speed to drop. He cheated the pocket just a bit. And now they're off and running. Sometimes it's just one shot, opens up the table.
Well, it was always just that first ball because the break and promotion was just so good. This should be a join up the dots rack here for the Austrians. Ocean just chalking feverishly on the cue there. Q-tip. Let's make sure he's happy. Settle down. The shot, of course, no issue. He's set up Mario nicely there. And they should get through this one in double quick time. We haven't had back-to-back quick racks in this match up till now. We had the 3-9 combo last time out, and this one is a simple break and run out. So England's 3-2 lead, as a result, has turned into a 3-4 deficit, just like that. And maybe this match will start picking up some traction. They seem to have worked their way through the errors, particularly Austria.
And if they get a lead, they're going to be hard to catch. This is a great shot here. If he hits that any harder, that maybe doesn't go. So he hit that at a very good speed and got position on the 3, and from there it was clear sailing. The winner of this match to take on China.
Austria to break.
Ran a rough shot over the Philippines earlier, 9-2.
I don't think these teams can even think about tomorrow, can they? That's another headache. The ball has dropped, and the one is inviting. The two has gone. Not the worst layout you've ever seen.
Well, another good break for Team Austria. As we've watched the rise of Albin Ocean in the sport, we've been touting this Team Austria at the same time for the last few years in the World Cup of Pool, expecting big things from them. Never been to a final, but they've contended. They have the potential. You know how it is in sport. It's only a matter of time. And sooner or later, you put in the work, you reach the mountaintop.
Well, whoever does come through out of this semi-final, the reality is they're going to have to find a whole new level tomorrow when they take on the Chinese.
Well, what you do against China, and I said this was the recipe for the Philippines, if they make one mistake, you've got to now put them in the chair for about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
There's no point in going back trying to trade racks with China. So you got to bring your AAA game.
Both teams do have their extensions still available in this rack. Not that I think they should need it. That's going to go around the houses.
This is the kind of pace also that can turn England cold when they finally do get back up to the table.
Yeah, very much so. They have slowed it right down here, haven't they, Austria? But here we are in rack 8, and for the first time it looks like we're going to have daylight between the two teams. Still a long way to go, but Austria, the renowned front runners, now lead this one 5-3. And he talked about Austria being in and around the mix the last 2 or 3 years. Is this going to be their year? No huge pedigree in the World Cup of Pool, as you say, but it's coming. After all those early blowouts, semi-finals in 2014, quarter-finals last time out. There was no 2016 competition. Here they are, at least in the quarter-finals again. Looking good to reach the semis, but will they make a first final as a nation in the World Cup of Pool? They'll have to knock off England and China to secure a final spot on Sunday night. 5-3 then. And here's Ocean,
the world champion. That's a famous sister. If you follow pool, you know her, Jasmine Ocean. His older sister, who's quite a big name in the women's professional ranks.
There's all sorts of action with that one ball there. Stayed on the table, but yeah, you just watch that one ball top of the diamond there. Looks like it's going in, and boom, in, out.
Shot on the one. to get position on the blue 2.
Sweltering conditions for these players. It really is stiflingly hot in this arena.
Look at that. What a pot. Straight in the pocket and right onto the blue 2, and we're staring at possibly 6-3. The only ball that might be an issue is the 8 ball. But that could be a combination onto the 9.
Position required here from Mario. 3 to a shot on the 6. That wasn't exactly difficult, was it? Just natural position from 6 to 7. And then what do you do with that 8? That's the question. Now, this is going to get interesting. Position on the 8. Crucial. They won't want to give this table up here.
Watch this juice back. Gotta go.
It's really got to go. Now, does that 8 slide down the rail past the 9 ball? It does.
Extension call.
Let's see if we can get a different look at that. Look at it down the barrel of the gun. Yeah, it looks like it goes pretty comfortably.
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Boy, these guys cueing just perfectly.
Yeah, they've turned it up a notch. Yeah, starting to look the part now, Austria. After the first 4 or 5 racks that were error-strewn from both sides. That's been a pretty clean run from Austria. 4 in a row, and they've opened up a big lead here. Albin and Mario looking to take Austria into the final 4 alongside Chinese Taipei, the United States and China. Seeds 1, 2, 3 and 5 potentially in tomorrow afternoon's semi-finals. Long way to go though. It's only going to take 1 mistake, 1 piece of misfortune, and England will be back at the table. So let's see how Mario breaks here. He's got the usual wing ball down. The cue ball is just spinning away there. Now it's got a little nudge. That was unfortunate because it had that dead center with a clean look at the 1, and then the 2 just came along and rather spoiled the party.
So England will have a chance to get back at the table. They better make the most of it. It's getting late.
Push out call.
Well, the push out has been called with options limited. So where's Ocean going to sink this one? The options for England accept the shot, and that's certainly a big chunk of bait that Ocean has dangled out there. Alternatively, you turn around and say, no, I'm not having that. You can have it back. What would you do if you were England right now? 6-3 down.
Take it. Got to take it. It's sitting right there. You got to make something happen.
Yeah, they've got to find the ignition here somewhere. Looking to play it safe. And,
not bad.
Well, they don't have he doesn't have a blocking ball there, Darrell Peach, but he has locked up that one ball onto the rail. Ambitious to try and take this on, and with a few hidey holes on the table, maybe safety is the sensible option here as well.
Extension called.
Not many walls or clusters of balls to play safe. Surely he'll work on distance.
Has he left it? I think he's got it married up pretty close to the black 8. This is a duel England have to win.
For sure. It goes to 7-3. It's very nearly over at that point.
Especially
it's not impossible, but
with such advantage on the break now. 7-3 is almost unassailable, isn't it?
Quality of this Austrian side. I'm telling you, I've seen Albin. He doesn't let leads disappear that often.
Well, he's got the blocking ball there. He's got it lodged up behind the 8, but is that going to just come out? And I think he can get a little nudge on that, you know.
Certainly can see part of it.
Yeah. Now, whether there's a shot on is another matter, but he can certainly shake the handcuffs off here pretty quickly and potentially lock them straight back on the opposition. Let's see what he does here. Well, he actually really went for it, didn't he? Has he messed it up? Well, he blinked. He blinked. He went for it when it wasn't really on. It was hugely ambitious. Needed some luck off the back end. Didn't get it. And now England have got to go to work.
Probably felt with the 6-3 lead that they could afford to take the chance. Two ball does not go in that corner.
Boy, nothing is coming easy for England tonight in this match.
So Imran will take it into the top left.
Nicely done.
Brilliant.
Really nicely done. That is superb. Not only was the pot tricky, but the placement couldn't have been any better. Peach has dealt with that 3 already. There goes the 4. And clear blue waters ahead here in this rack for England, in a rack they had to have. Been a while since they've had a break as well, England. Well, easy to be wise after the event, but that was a tactical little battle brewing there. And I wonder if Ocean, if he could have a chance at taking it back, would think, you know what, I shouldn't have gone for that. I shouldn't have played aggressive. I should have played it safe. Easy to say that when you've missed, of course. But the miss and the way the balls ran afterward presented England with an opportunity they weren't going to pass on. So the deficit has dropped from 3 to 2. If it had gone the other way, it might have been game over, and it could have gone the other way if Ocean had successfully landed this one.
And that was the shot from Albin Ocean. Instead of playing safe, he went for a very difficult cut shot. Was not successful. can see he's unhappy with that result, and that opened up the table for England. And off they went.
I got to tell you, Ted, I kind of like that he went for it. An indication of his confidence, and you want to go out and win matches. You don't want to kind of sneak them, do you? You know, playing safety shots all the way. You just got to really be ambitious and go for it every once in a while. You can't really knock him for that at 6-3, especially.
No. Sometimes you take chances, sometimes you play it safe.
Rocky 11.
Depends on the circumstances, the situation in the match. Now Daryl Peach, they really need a good break off here.
And it's been a while. Watch for that red ball. Didn't go. Has anything else gone? Not yet. Oh dear. Well, that couldn't have come out much worse. The first dry break we've seen in a long, long time. Now, has he got cover? Well, that one ball, that's exactly what he's got. But really, he didn't want a dry break. What a moment for that to happen. Just as you've got yourself a foothold back in the match, you come up with the first dry break that any of us can remember.
Oh, interesting. They're going to jump right on the opening shot. Probably confident, Mario, that he can make this.
If he makes it, does he have a shot on the 2? This is high risk. If this ends up as ball in hand, the rack is England's. He made the shot, but what does he get on the back end of it? Yeah, he's got his sight of the blue 2 as well. Handled that really well there, Mario.
Very smart, aggressive play from Austria.
There it is again, you see, going for their shots. They're not trying to fiddle their way into this semi-final. Good to see.
That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, really.
Oh, just ran into the 4 ball, and the 4 is now covering the 3.
Just goes to prove what we all know about this game. There are 2 elements to any shot. Not only the pot, but position on the next ball afterwards.
Oh, how about that? And that leads to a ball in hand. What a turn of events for Team England. That's a big boost.
That's a pretty bad miss from Mario. That's just a bad one. So ball in hand here for England. And a chance to just tuck into the slipstream here of the number 2 seeds. This is pretty typical of what we've seen from this English team throughout this competition. It was a similar match against Scotland. They just hung around and stuck around.
That's right. Scrappy.
Not a particularly impressive performance, but the right result at the back end, and that's ultimately the only thing that matters. And here they are doing it again. Doing to Austria what they did to the Scots. They couldn't shake them off. And Austria thought they had them shaken off. 6-3, and with a shot as well. If that one ball from Ocean had dropped that he went for, that could so easily have been 7-3 and out of sight. But on that miss, this match has turned, and England have got to make sure they capitalise on this ball in hand situation here. The key here is not the shot. He'll get that in with his eyes closed, but you've got to get position on the next ball, the green 6, which is on the far long rail, on the other side of the table. So that's what he's got to do. He's got to avoid traffic or stun back.
Bank it. Play safe.
where you certainly can't afford a risk. You cannot leave the table open.
I don't think he can bank this.
I agree. That's a tough bank shot.
So
he's got to find
safe. It'll be going safe.
Got to find some distance. Got to find the rail like that. Yeah, good safety shot. Obviously, the good news for Austria, a clean sight of the ball. So what do they do with it? Can they find safety? There is a natural barrier there to try and tuck the ball behind the brown 7 and that 9 ball. If you can just get it in and around there and kick the green upstairs, that would work. Instead, he's opened it up.
That open.
He's opened it up. My goodness.
So some uncharacteristic errors from Albin Ocean. Then earlier it was Mario Hay. Just when they thought they had the match in control, England is slowly but surely clawing their way back. Nice pot from Imran. He's got to slow down or get lucky. Okay, that may work.
Barrel at full stretch, got the extension on the end of his cue. Big shot this. What's he got? That doesn't look too clever.
Well, could not figure out what exactly he was playing there.
And he ran out of time, and England had already used their extension, so he just had to go.
Looks like he tried the bank shot, but not a good result. So this should be 7-4 very soon.
Oh, now hang on a minute.
This is a tough one.
Whoa! And look at Mario's face. I mean, that was like, oh, I didn't mean that. Oh, that's not easy.
Look at the distance.
Oh.
And so much riding on this.
It's tough. I mean, it's not beyond Ocean, but it's tough. It was always asking a lot. What's he left? Anything? Yes, he has.
England with a reprieve.
What a weird rack this is. Yeah, it's turned into a match, Ted. It's not who can win, it's who can survive. Because that wasn't the greatest shot either from Imran. They're all struggling for position. They're all struggling for safety. Somehow England have dragged it back to 6-5.
I'll tell you, England has to feel very good about their position right now, even though they're down by 1. It's not been pretty. Austria, on the other hand, had it within their grasp and gave it away. It should have been 7-3.
Well, this was the shot that really spoilt the script for Austria. Mario making the pot and then just not doing anything with that cue ball. It left an extremely high risk, or high difficulty, so should I say, effort on the black for Albin. He missed.
If Mario had just brought that cue ball up a few more feet, that would have been a lot easier for Albin.
England to break, trailing 5 racks to 6.
Well, amazingly, there's a chance for 6-all here. Really loading up on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Except the 2-ball. Can see it, but not to a pocket.
Yeah, lots of balls down.
Push out call.
But no significant shot on the 2, and push out has been called. So Peach will push over there. The Austrians can now take this on, which they may well do, given that they can see the ball. Or if they want, they can say, nope, don't want it.
What Darrell just did, he tied up the 6 and 7.
So it was Peach with the push out. He presumably the man with the plan.
May try to use the 6 and 7.
Well, that's the obvious spot, isn't it? That's the bolt hole. I don't think he's got it, you know. There's some applause in the crowd, but I think that's a pretty clean look at the blue to me. But the way these two are potting at the moment, would you trust them to take it on? Will they look for safety?
Extension call.
Looks like it goes.
But do they have the confidence to take it on? It does go, Ted, clearly goes. And he doesn't have any confidence. That was a real...
He actually went for the carom.
Well, he got nowhere near that either.
And he's left it on. A little bit of difficult cueing for England here.
Yeah, that pink ball is not ideal. Another tricky one here.
Extension call.
Yeah, quite right. There was less than 10 seconds. This is not one you can afford to rush. So both extensions gone in this rack. England looking to level it up. This is not easy. Taking his time. Still no need to rush. Going for it here and nailing it.
And he breaks up.
Though?
Oh, tried to break. That was a very ambitious shot.
No, he hasn't broken it up.
But it may be lined up.
Let's see what that has done. Virtually nothing, you know. As you say, maybe.
See?
That's what they're considering. First dispose of the 4. Get rid of the 5 ball and then the headache.
Such a big rack here.
Well, they got to get a move on here. The extension's gone. Yeah, that was not good clock management.
You saw Imran sprinting around. That would have been a foul had the time run out, and that would have been ball in hand. Now what? Well, we're looking at a safe.
Did that hit a rail? I think it did. Very delicate, this. Oh no.
But the white ball hit a rail,
So you're okay.
Any ball has to hit a rail.
As long as a rail is hit. That's just been pushed into no man's land a little bit, hasn't it?
He is.
That's another really wishy-washy effort from Ocean, who knew it.
Kicking himself.
That's not the first of those we've seen from him. And he's missed it. Well,
and he missed it by a lot, but what he's going to get away with is putting Mario He on the rail.
No, he was miles away from this.
That was the previous shot. Oh,
now Mario. That's traveled past the side pocket. Can anybody get this troublesome 6? Now it's Peach's turn.
wiped its feet and dropped, and look at the position.
Now that's a shot.
Boy, this England team is just scrappy.
But they're being given chance after chance by the Austrians, that particularly their safety play. It's really disappointing tonight.
Whoa. That's more of a cut than he wanted.
Yeah, that's bunging an extra element of difficulty onto the shot that Darrell really didn't need. I think Imran just went over there and said, "You can do it, don't worry."
No extension.
I've still got plenty of time here. This for 6-all. Well, if he misses, nailed it. Oh, big pressure shot there. Somehow England come out on top of that rack, which was another voyage into the unknown. Really sparked by that surprisingly poor safety shot from Alvin Ocean.
From 6-3 down, tied at 6.
Ted, what is going on with the safety play, particularly of the Austrians? It's just not been there tonight.
They've fallen apart.
And here he is, looking to just play it safe. Nowhere near.
They would have liked to have gotten that down on the short rail, the green 6. Yeah, they're still tied though, but it's not going well for Austria. And I think England has to be buoyed by the fact that they are not playing awesome pool, but they're hanging around. This is what they did against Scotland last night.
It's a carbon copy. They get the 7-ball down top. They won. Wow. This is promising. This is promising. And what was it you were saying about Austria rarely giving up leads? They've blown a 3-rack lead here from 6-3 to 6-6.
Well, yeah, when you fall apart like that, you're gonna give up a few leads. Scotch doubles is a different format than singles by a mile. You're not totally in control of everything going on. You have a partner to rely on.
Well, Austria racked up 4 in a row. England have put 3 together, and this is looking good for a 4-bagger. Bit more speed and authority about their work in this rack as well. Not plodding around the table, a bit of spring in the step. A bit more belief. This looked a tempting rack. And that's exactly how it's played out.
You know what? And Nick, it's a chance also for England to shoot a little bit instead of grinding it out. They have to be feeling really good about things right now.
Really, the last time they led, it was 3-2 to England. Austria leveled, then pulled ahead. And England have clawed it back. England have never had more than a 1-rack lead in this match. And they've got it again. And everything came off that break, and a little bit of good fortune there. There was nothing fortuitous about the rest of the rack, though. As you say, they could just relax the arms, let the shots flow. So that's a much healthier position to be in than it was 15-20 minutes ago. 6-3 was not looking promising, but the Austrians have not been on their A game tonight at all.
Rack 14, England to break, leading 7 racks to 6.
Let's see who can find one last push to get over the line. 7-6 England breaking.
Wing
ball drops.
And shot on the 1.
That's nice. That's nice. The 2's in the open. So is the 3. A couple of balls on the top rail. But you know what? In the big scheme of things, you'll take a break like this. Not an automatic clean-up, but this is a terrific opportunity for England to stagger onto the hill. Interesting looking at Mario. He in the corner there. He is slumped. He is absolutely slumped. I think he can believe what he's seeing here. He can't look.
That's gout.
Uh-oh. Guess what, Mario? You're back in it.
Boy, that is a big mistake right there.
Nothing's coming easy, is it? Look at this.
Oh.
Darrell this time losing control.
Wanted that to go a little further.
Positional play there. Oh, and the double kiss has pretty much sunk this one. Well,
one positional error.
That's all it takes,
now,
isn't it?
Advantage back to Austria. But they have not been in a good way for the last 20 minutes or so, Austria. Won't stop.
Oh. Yeah, he's not happy with himself. Right? He's having a tough time out there, Albin. Be interesting to talk to him afterwards and just see what his take on this table is, because that's been a few of those balls that he's played where the cue ball just seems to roll and roll and roll. We had a long scratch like that, it just wouldn't stop.
Extension
defying inertia. And now Mario has got to try and deal with this situation. And with every passing rack, it just gets tougher and tougher. You can't afford a slip here.
Yeah, he's going to have to roll it and go for the side pocket. Not always the easiest shot.
And then hold it up there for the 8 on the rail.
For the 8. He's jacking up in order to bring it back for the 8.
Yeah, that's well played. That's a really controlled shot from Albin.
Hold on.
And that's rolling and rolling and rolling again.
Yeah, they're really having a problem judging the speed of the table.
Well, Albin will be just happy to get out of this one. Austria back on terms in what has now become a sprint to 2. And the way these balls have been rolling and rolling, surely not. No, they're okay. Rack over, rack number 14.
I like how he just stood there at the end of the rack. And he's got, is this thing really going to keep going?
He was glaring at that ball, wasn't he? That was a stare down. Well, pick your winner from here. England had the table. Positional play letting down Darrell Peach there. That's where they lost control.
Underhit it. And that didn't work out for Imran.
Tried to make the best of the bad situation. Didn't work out at all. Austria came in and picked their pockets. And now, in a sprint to 2, you have to favour the team breaking. And Albin just giving the evil eye to that cue ball, which he does not have a good relationship with at the moment.
Austria to break, 7 racks each.
Fortunes change so quickly in 9-ball, and it could change several times over the next few minutes.
Oh yeah, I don't think we've seen the last of the drama here. 7-7, race to 2. Austria breaking. Wing ball down. And a lazy long 5 dropping as well, and a clear sight of that 1 ball. He'll take that.
You know, as they survey the table here, you have to think about who they're going to be playing. It's either Austria or England will be playing China, and both will have to come up with an entirely different game to compete with the awesome Chinese duo of Wu Chaqing and Dang Jinghu.
Well, on this evidence, they're not in the same league, either of them. And that is more a testament to China and the extraordinary performances that they put in back to back now, taking out Germany and the Philippines. Austria in business here. That was a really good shot, and no problem with the cue ball there for the big fella. Yep, Albin will take that. We are finally going to have someone on the hill here in a match that's gone on and on. A match that has been strewn with misplaced shots, missed pots, fouls. And yet, somehow,
good shot there from Mario.
Yep, somehow it looks like Austria are going to be the team that gets on the hill.
Look out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's
No,
okay.
He's okay. He's okay.
It's just funny the way Albin glares at the cue ball.
He hates it. He absolutely hates it, doesn't he now? But it's a hampered cueing action coming up here for Mario He. And that is going to be a very tricky 8 as a result. And you heard his reaction. No, it's not the end of the world, because Albin can get this, but it's a lot harder than it needs to be, and Albin just slammed the cue into the floor off the back of that. Furious with himself. Another one's got away from them. And the way this match has gone, would anybody put any money on Albin Ocean nailing this? He's got to get it. He's got to make this shot. And he slowed it down, but yeah, he's okay. Oh, that was really well played under intense pressure. Super shot, that. And finally, after a long, grueling battle, it's the Austrians back in front. This time they're on the hill. Now there's no margin for error for England. They need to hope that they can get out of those chairs, grab this initiative back, join them on the hill, and then break for the match. As it is, that is what Austria can look forward to. And was that a smile that Albin allowed himself there? Are they nearly there?
Nearly there, but this match has been a real slog for both teams, and it happens sometimes. It's not always indicative of the type of players and the talent level. Obviously, we've got serious world-class talent here. You're looking at the world 9-ball champion there on your left.
And a former world 9-ball champion on the other side as well. So yeah. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's all right. But what I'm trying to say is that sometimes matches, you know, the teams take each other down into the gutter, into the trenches.
Leading 8 racks to 7.
And it can be an entirely different story tomorrow, whichever team emerges out of this slog to play China.
Well, it's Mario He breaking for the match. Place in the semi-finals, and he's got the wing ball. There's another ball shot down there as well.
Oh,
and that is nice. That's tempting.
England will have to get very lucky to get back at the table.
I think so. This is going to require an error from Austria. 16 balls have gone down over 7 Austrian breaks. That's pretty good. But now they've got to clean up what remains here. These 7, soon to be 6 balls on the table. And once again, they've just slowed it all down to a plod. They're going to take their time with this.
But we've yet to really see them play. I think they've had one rack here in this match where they played flawlessly. There's always been slight positional errors.
Yeah, it's positional play that's done them. We've got some positional issues to be dealt with here to lace from the 5 to the 6 to the 7. It's the 7 that's up the top there that I think is what is causing the problems at the moment. Now this is the shot. Get from this to the 7, you're in the semi-finals. Delicately played, and it's all about this next shot.
Extension call.
Make this shot with control on the cue ball. And even then, I suppose, looking ahead, there's the 9 ball up on the rail. Got to get some kind of position on that. The light's not quite turned out yet for England. It's pretty dim for them, but it's flickering.
This is not a guarantee.
No, it's not.
On the position. Okay. Not always easy to slow your stroke down under this kind of pressure. Well done.
Well, that is the mark of a world champion right there. He's dug out 2 or 3 really big shots. Albin Ocean at a crucial time in the match, and the faces of Peach and Majid there tell their own story.
This is it. And Austria breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Somehow they've done it. It's been a slog and a battle all the way. They pulled to 6-3 in front. England clawed it all the way back, took the lead, and then Austria went on a 3-rack run to get through. It was hard work, but they've got there. Their reward, a semi-final appearance tomorrow afternoon against China. They don't have to worry about that right now. they're safely through to the final four. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with reaction from that match, so stay with us.
Austria have won this. You can see there, England one dry break costing them successful break. 7-7 close there. Average balls on break. 2-3 for the 2.3 for the Austrians, 1.5 for England. Break and runs 4-1 and break and win racks 7-5, which is why Mario and Albin are standing next to me right now. But I sense a little bit of disappointment from you guys, even though you got the win.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we started pretty good and felt awesome, but it all started at 6-3 when he made the break and we had no ball on the, or we couldn't see the one ball. I don't know, something changed, or I don't really know what to say. I'm just, of course, a little bit disappointed, but still we took all of our 4 balls and made the win in the end.
Mario, I saw you getting visibly frustrated as the match went on with some of your shots.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lead 6-3 and we just gave it away to have an easier win than it was now. And yeah, I mean, we didn't feel good. We were struggling at the end, from the middle to the match to the end, and we are now very happy that we still won it.
Well, you guys got the result, but you are going to have to take it up a notch in the next round because you're against China, who have been playing amazingly.
Yeah, of course. We saw the match and we know what's going on. Well, we played good until 6-3. We just have to see what happened there. Just talk about it and look what we can do different or something. But I think we will try to play a little bit faster, maybe stay more relaxed or something. But I don't have a clue right now, but hopefully tomorrow.
Before we let you go, something that I wanted to ask you, as you've just played on the table, was the heat affecting the way the balls were playing? Because there was a lot of overrunning and some underrunning as well. Was that a factor or not?
I'm not sure if it is because we didn't feel good or if it's about the cloth, but I think it's a little bit faster than it was before. I cannot answer it right now because we also struggled. That's why it could be this reason.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys. We're going to let you get ready for your semi-final against China tomorrow.